Good morning on day 34. I'll wait to see if someone wants to check in live. Well, today it feels like there is like this intermezzo time needed, perhaps for us all to integrate so many things that I've shared so far. And I notice with myself that lots is moving and happening and coming up to the surface, and so I'm literally going through these 99 days through waves as well, like each and every one of us. So today it feels like um, there's not so much news to be shared for now, but I would like to share the value of silence. And you could say the same of the value of meditation. And we need this silence um, in on regular basis, because we cannot solve everything with the mind. And even stronger, the mind is going to challenge us not to move or not to change or stay in resistance or feel stuck. And then it might really, really help to just dive deeper within. Just don't find a story, don't find an answer. At least don't find one with the mind. Just go into a silent meditation, and I wouldn't even use a guided meditation, other than perhaps a little introduction to ease into yourself. That might help then to be guided. But meditation needs practice as well. In the beginning, it's quite frustrating, or it can be frustrating, because the mind is still so busy, and it's difficult to find peace within yourself, and it's difficult to find silence. But I hope that by now, on sharing so many different things, and hopefully that you find trust that things will change or transform for you and will open up, that I hope that you find now the peace to dive deeper within. Because there's hopefully a less agitated mind to find solutions, and hopefully there is this inner trust which has been touched upon by these sessions, to trust that the answer will come, or the release will come, or the insight will come. And meditation really also helps, or going into silence, into energize again. It can really have the same effect as intense sport activity. And if you're not used to practicing meditation or silent meditation, then a little soft music at the background might help as well. So you can focus on the music, and that takes you off the mind in the beginning. And then deepening within is literally just open up to whatever is there. You don't really go anywhere. You just sit in silence. And thoughts come up, but you don't really get engaged with the thoughts. And in the beginning, you focus on your breathing to deepen that a little deeper into your belly. And then for me, it just helps to connect to my heart space and then see what happens and become curious about what's showing up. Not like you're searching for something, but more just become curious. And then be okay with all the distractions you feel, like the nervousness or the contraction or the restless body. Or the breath that's going faster than you would like to have it, and just let go of the breathing. And see if you like to have your eyes closed, or if you like to just have this soft gaze. Not straight forward, but a little bit downwards to the floor in front of you. Not really looking at anything, you just have your eyes open. And that sometimes might be easier to stay out of the mind than closing your eyes. Because when you close your eyes, to me, it sometimes becomes really intense and every feeling is really amplified. So also the stress or the nervousness or the contraction is really strong then. And if you start or if you just meditate completely with the soft gaze of your eyes, it might be a little easier to ease in within. And if you've done some of the practices like the 12 times a day, a couple of seconds each time, so just rest within with a deep breath, like I shared in one of the first days, then hopefully by now it's easier to meditate a little longer. And like with everything during these 99 days, just meditation is not enough to mastering this art of living, in my perspective. But including meditation is very valuable, because it's just literally just stepping out of this intense daily life we live. And it's this moment of not having to do anything. There's nothing required. There's nothing to go to, nothing to run away from. And don't be hard on yourself if you are feeling that you're not meditating well enough, or because there's so many expectations around meditation. The only thing that really is helpful is to become aware of your thoughts when they start, and not to get engaged with the thoughts. Not to get engaged with the story that starts. And if you did, then gently step out of it and go back within to your heart space. And repeat that as many times as necessary. And feel what kind of position is comfortable for you. Most positions are fine, and the only thing that really helps is to straighten up your spine a little. And that's why the meditation pillow helps you, because it just lifts your butt a little, so it's easy to straighten up. But you don't have to sit cross-legged, or you don't have to take a pose which is hard to maintain for 20 minutes. And if you want to sit on a chair, then try to sit straight up without using the back of the chair, or just a little support at the lower end of your back. So you keep the spine straight, and that opens up your chest, because otherwise you collapse a little with your upper body. And it helps to keep the chest open. Because the energy within your system can flow more easily. And when things can move, things can come up to the surface and show up to you. And for now, I would suggest not to ask yourself any specific question you would like to have answered, but just go into silence first. Because there's been so many things that's been touched upon already that your body, your energy system will tell what's happening. And if you want to have a question answered, then again, the mind might get tricky again and give you the answer instead of your higher self that gives the answer, or your inner self that gives the answer. You just get comfortable first with being in silence for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And of course, any other practice you're used to, if you're doing it for a long time already, is of course very applicable and welcome. But I found that I've done many guided meditations, but I find finally that just being in silence has become the most powerful one for me. That's the one who really amplifies the ability to be in presence during the day. Because feeling this peaceful silence within is always something I can connect to. And if an area within your system feels contracted, then just gently breathe into that area. Just imagine that when you take a breath, that you fill that area with your oxygen, with your breathing. And try not to put any judgment on what you feel. Try not to say things like, I'm too tensed, I'm too restless, I'm too agitated, or I'm too tired. Tiredness can be a way to escape from yourself as well. Then literally the system wants to sleep to avoid something else to come to the surface. So if that comes up many times while you're trying to meditate, then find a moment during the day that you really feel the least tired. Either do a walk before or go outside, have some fresh air, and then try to meditate. Okay. I'll leave you for today. And I'll see you back tomorrow.